Throughout history, few were given the power to control the destiny of their fellow man. Tribal chieftains of powerful shape.
Information, the first principle of warfare, must form the foundation of all your efforts. Know, of course, thine enemy, but in knowing him, do not forget above all to know thyself. The commander who embraces this totality of battle shall win, even with the inferior force.
If I determine the enemy's disposition of forces while I have no perceptible form, I can concentrate my forces while the enemy is fragmented. The pinnacle of military deployment approaches the formless. If it is formless, then even the deepest spy cannot discern it, or the wise make plans against it.
And each new frontier has brought new ways and new places to die. Why should the future be different?
Resources exist to be consumed, and consumed they will be, if not by this generation, then by some future. By what right does this forgotten future seek to deny us our birthright? None, I say. Let us take what's ours.
First triad of victory, for it combines mobility, flexibility, and initiative. Superior training and superior weaponry have, when taken together, a geometric effect on overall military strength.
War is war. Destruction is destruction. You think this is obvious, but war is not destruction, it is victory.
We shall take only the greatest minds, the finest soldiers, the most faithful servants. We shall multiply them 1,000-fold and release them to usher in a new era of glory.
And there it goes. Hopefully, although it was fine. But on my end, it was fucking up there a little bit. I've just been familiar with all that stuff. So I'm gonna change out to one. Won't be able to. Actually clean these up a little bit. Maybe. Alright. I don't know why. Some stuff, sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's not. When I try and have other stuff open at the same time. Just be the application, I suppose. Alright, so I've been doing a few skirms in this thing, trying to reacquaint myself with some stuff. I actually have like a few notes, and I'm doing only like a few notes because a couple of stuff is a little. It's not bad, just different from what I'm used to. So, like, there is indeed an attack move. You know, they don't display it at all, like, anywhere except for the manual. I'll open up the virtual manual, because I'm playing on the GOG version of this. Yeah, attack move is control right mouse button. If you have right mouse is the move attack. There's also Control-Shift-Z, which basically tells your AI to go all out on the attack. And I don't know if that's going to be pertinent to the campaign. And I've only tried one skirm with it. The problem was the AI was, my partner specifically, was massively behind on tech. He was like 2-3 ages behind. I do not know why. I don't know why, because in the skirms, unless you make a separate scenario, my understanding is that they have like infinite resources. So he could have teched up at any point, really. I don't know, it was just like something with the timer, or because he was an ally or something like that. So I didn't really get to practice as much as I thought I might with the all-out attack. Actually, I had to go save him a couple times. But we're not going to be doing any skirmish or anything, but it is pretty funny. I think pretty interesting how much we change things. This last one I tried small islands. And it seems like towers specifically very strong. Very, very strong. So, knowing the few things that I do, we will probably actually end up throwing a lot of our tech points, depending on how many we get, towards either stone or just towers in general. We actually do need stone for a couple of different buildings. University, houses, should we decide to build houses, which do not give anything towards pop in this game. The population is controlled by the hospital as far as techs, and it only goes up by 5. That's even with the maxed out population on the skirms and stuff. But I have been playing around with a few things here and there. I did learn a little bit more about the triangle, although I don't know everything there is to know about all the different units. So, you have to forgive me if I forget what a particular unit is on the fly. Now, the good news is we're going to be starting. Just drop it a whole lot. I'll check that. We will be starting relatively early. So early, in fact, that I think we're still primitive age. We're going to do Greek campaign. Okay. So a couple of years ago, I actually did a couple of missions, and it doesn't look like it's saved out of the I think it's specifically saved to just the PC. So that's good to know. The only thing that's probably different is the Fallout lunges, because that had some of the Fallout 4 saves on it. I'm going to give a really long playthrough on that. I'll probably be several years before I try stuff like that again. And I have little squares. I don't think that's supposed to be there. That might just be because of the way that I have settings for visuals and stuff. So I'd have a slightly larger or more zoomed out view and stuff. That might be just that I did not look into it. We'll probably just go ahead and keep it on medium difficulty, I think. Just make sure everything looks good so far. We'll probably have ads play through, and I probably won't pause for this specifically just because of how long this game can take. I do know that there is a speed up slowdown. I haven't really been using that though, if I'm being honest. So I will probably forget about that, except for the few moments when I actually remember.
A cold wind blew off the Anatolian mountains. In the foothills below, the young tribal chief, Heracles, looked over the remaining members of his fading village. Despite their courage, they appeared ragged, tired. He knew they would not last through another bitter winter if they remained here. But where was there to go? Thank the gods! The village shaman Calchas had the answer. It was why he had gathered his people here today. In a recent dream, Calchas had envisioned a way to traverse the Western Sea. He believed the Anatolian people could cross the water to a land called Thessaly, and there they would prosper. Now it was time for Calchas to share his wisdom. The legendary story of the Greek peoples begins here.
Follow the advice of Heracles and Calchas to successfully immigrate to Anatolia, to Thessaly. Heracles and Calchas must survive. So they can die, they are fairly strong. If you remember correctly, Heracles is shown as a barbarian, and Calchas is just a straight up prophet. And prophets are very unique in this game. So they get the power of calamity. They can literally summon like volcanoes and earthquakes and stuff like that. Very, very important. If we want to do anything, we will have to advance the tool age. I think it's even required. The Balkan Peninsula was inhabited by humankind as early as 60 or 70,000 years BC. These first Paleolithic people, however, were pushed aside by aggressive migrants from other parts of Europe and Asia. It was these later arrivals who would come to be known as the Greeks. The first important wave of early Hellenic people probably journeyed from Anatolia, which is in modern-day Turkey. They settled in Thessaly, Boeotia, and Argos. But they were not permitted to do so unmolested. Considerable archaeological evidence suggests that they were attacked over and over by marauding invaders from the Danube region, who probably introduced horses to the area. Ironically, thanks to these raiders from the north, Thessalonians eventually became masters of the horse themselves. For centuries thereafter, Greeks looked to Thessaly to provide them with mounted fighting men for protection in the short term. The early Hellenic people in Thessaly built the first fortified hilltop towns in Greece. Possibly they learned the techniques for doing so in Asia Minor, where settlements in Troas, the future site of Troy, had already experimented with building fortifications. All Greek cities eventually adopted the custom of building fortifications situated on a wall in hilltop. This high city, or Acropolis, as it came to be called, is one of the hallmarks of ancient Greek civilization. The Acropolis of Athens, crowned by the glorious Parthenian, was endured since the 5th century BC as the quintessential example of this custom. Alright, and follow the worn paths in Anatolia and in Greece. They are good indications of how to locate sites and locales you seek. Build up some kind of an army before engaging your enemies in combat. Use Heracles' battle cry and help turn the tide of battle if you are going badly. When crossing the sea, be careful of Troas. We'll probably have sea patrols out. War rafts or Calchas special powers can easily deal with them. So, one of the things we can do to help make it easier for us to get over is essentially to take Calchas, conjure a hurricane, send it forward, and have a escort of sorts of warships. If we are somehow still outnumbered by that point, and we might be. Can't remember how many ships there are supposed to be. They can eventually leave the warships behind. They're not super important other than just making sure we can get a landing. And then we got to protect enough citizens. Because one of the mechanics of the game is you can build a settlement, but you can't actually produce any more citizens, like villagers or anything, from it. You have to populate the settlement with 5 citizens. 5 whole citizens. Before you can begin using that settlement to, which then becomes a town center, to actually produce more citizens. Very, very important. So I can't just run off with one guy and rebuild an entire city. I can build an entire war base, which will take time, but I actually can't produce more citizens for my econ. So this game is a bit different in many, many regards, and it's also very similar as far as like rock, paper, scissors type thing. There are powers, there are other things. In order to get protection from other prophets, we will have to build temples in order to resist conversions, i.e. make them entirely unusable. We have to build universities, which also provide us with our own different tech and stuff that are going to help us. Most of the techs usually for the temple provide hit points, maybe some slight new abilities or whatever for the priests and prophets. The university will provide building upgrades, whether it's naval repair or line of sight for buildings, or even health and armor for buildings. That part's also important. They both require stone, so I'm going to need wood and stone in order to build them. Now, the good news is that for the most part, for everything except for maybe food, I don't know about the campaign so much, but literally like everything else, you find a thing of steel or stone, it's pretty much infinite. Pretty much infinite. The downside is you can only put 6 workers on at a time. So, And then we should be getting little cinematics this one as well.
My people, I have gathered you here to listen to the words of Calchas, our wise high priest. He has seen, in a vision, a way to lead us to a land where we may prosper. My people, we must travel west to a hostile village called Troas. From them, we shall steal the secret of traveling upon the deep waters. Lead me to their dock, and I will steal it for our own. Time for emigration has come, for we will surely perish if we remain here. Here.
Okay. We don't need to worry about buildings for population limits or like thankfully, you don't really need to build anything to level up, or to age up, rather. So, in this game, we can go from a prehistoric age all the way up to nano age, which I think is the last one. I always kind of get confused between digital and nano, but I think it's nano is the last one. In the expansion, it's space. Off to
Yes,
space.
great one.
Really only build settlements. Guess there's not enough flat land for me to build this. Yes, that's technically. I don't really need a whole lot of wood, but I would get some wood as well.
Yes, great one.
Okay, so he has 3 powers. We have malaria, firestorm, hurricane. And we'll take everything we have. We do not have the power of religion. Not, oh hey, we have sneezes. Well, that's will be starting like 2 minutes, because we're not doing much of anything, really. Okay, try and speed things up.
Yes, great one. Death to the heathens!
Otherwise, it's have houses like this, so we do get here we have to build there. Not having enough wood to build another one. But I am gonna need this steel as well. Yeah, what I'm kind of hoping for is by collecting some stone now, I'll actually be able to build towers. I don't really need the towers here so much as I do once we arrive on this land.
My lord, stay the infidel! Death to the heathens! Stay the infidel! Death to the heathens!
We're actually gonna get some rock throwers for now. Early on, probably the better unit. They're only good for like 2 ages though. So if you want longevity, at least for a while, go with the clubmen. These can upgrade them to macemen and swordsmen and longswords.
Yes, great one. Death to the heathens!
No?
In your heart. Great one. To the heathens! In your heart. Yes, great one. Death to the heathens! In your heart.
Okay. You're going through Ash, you over and down.
Guys, go. Burma.
Now,
Burma. In your heart.
I could upgrade these guys. I could. I'm not going to. Got steel production, iron production, and gold production.
Burma. Stay the infidel. Guys, go. In your heart. Guys, go. In your heart.
Sped up for a little bit.
Guys, go. In your heart.
Buzz. Kira.
The biggest thing that we're going to use is we're going to need lots of steel. Lots of iron.
Here.
We're just little cavemen trying
Lord.
to,
In your heart.
trying to get to the point where we have better clothing. Just a one closet. But I may even have like pictures and stuff too. So not that we can afford anything, but we'll probably start going for this stuff. Either cost reduction, range, attack, or we'll go for civ economy. Stone cutting only costs 9 points, and it'll give us a 20% increase to it. We'll be able to build more towers sooner. Towers, well, pretty strong. No. It's going to be a while. Going to be a bit while. 850 to go up 1 age, which we need to do anyway. Because even if we were to go in there and somehow steal the ability to build boats, right? It's still gonna need second age.
Inha.
Gold.
Gazdu. Inha. Gazdu. Inha. Gazdu.
This is the village of Troas. Help me find their dock so that I may seize control of it. Their city is magnificent. They have much knowledge, which we shall learn and use to build a city of our own.
But they have a temple.
Yes, great one. Inha. Yes, great one.
What's the hockey for this? I have an earthquake. Never mind. I don't think Firestorm's going to do all that much to the tower. Though, if I were to draw out a small army far enough away from the temple, then I can use malaria and just slaughter everyone. So yes, potential. It's not a very good. Set towers in. It's actually going to get quite a few kills. I do think heroes auto heal, but I don't know how quickly. If I were to have heretics take it all. Should have Samson stuff coming out. And they're gonna have slings. Kind of stuff. If we get the Samson, we can just use them to go and destroy any towers. And I'm thinking I might need like 3 or 4. We don't have a whole lot of population. So. I don't need it. Mining
Dalas.
That sucks. Still can't put the towers.
Zuntia.
You
Stoma.
guys are not home.
Kalos.
Carlos.
I wasted time.
Kalos. Stoma. Dalas. Kalos.
Try and get them some more range.
Zuntia.
Pote.
Kalos.
Burma. Inha.
Dauda.
Gold.
Kalas.
Kalos. Stoma.
Have a need for gold now.
Dauda.
Once the towers are down and most of the buildings are destroyed, we can
My lord.
right there from that for a second, we're like, option against that. We're just hunting goats. It's fine.
Dauda. Imoiga. Duarte. Dalas.
I guess that probably did better. Just going for straight health. Getting resistance. No, I do have it pretty close about that compared to normal use.
My lord, as do.
Which is constant. So we need 2 battle cries, essentially.
Yes, great day, the infidel. We are under attack. As do. Stay the infidel.
I'm sure okay, well he does heal. Okay. I forgot, that's what the strategies do. I've been going warrior first a while. And the skirms.
We are under attack. My lord, as do. As do. Yes, great one. My lord, get to the healers. Yes, what? Anyhow. My lord, get to the healers. Get to the healers. Get to the healers. Stay the infidel. Yes, great one. As do, my lord. Yes, great one. Get to the healers. Stay the infidel. Get to the healers.
And probably have to get rid of some.
Anyhow. Burma. As do. Anyhow. My lord, as do. We are under attack. Yes, great one. Anyhow. My lord, as do. We are under attack. We are under attack.
That's necessary now. Want him to do it anyway?
Talas?
Nice. That was
Kalos.
go talk to the guys, I guess.
We are under attack. My lord, as do. Yes, great one. As do. Yes, great one. As do. We are under
Tautalas. Duote imoiga. Duote imoiga. Tautalas. Duote imoiga.
Under attack! My lord, death to the heathens! Stay the infidel!
Guys, help me.
My lord,
Duote imoiga. Talas.
my lord, stay the infidel!
You guys have to see.
Yes, great one! My lord, death to the heathens!
Fools!
Death to the
Do not
heathens!
attack the only dock they have. If it is destroyed, we will perish here in Anatolia. Now we have a dock. Let us build transports, then set sail for Thessaly. We will know our destination by the goats grazing there.
Okay. We got a whole 5 points. Woo! Is there anything worthwhile for 5 points? Probably not, right? Speed, maybe. Build time decrease. We'll save them for now. The citizen speed certainly is good.
Yes, great one! Death to the heathens!
Get her, she's the only one left.
Duote imoiga. Duote talas.
Samson's did it well.
We're under attack!
Yeah, so just gotta go.
Talas, Carlos, Stoma, Carlos,
What we got?
Stoma, Carlos,
Nine.
Okay, it's not as though we have a whole lot of food that we can go for. We can't build the towers, which is still disappointed about. Because that would have been kind of nice. We could pre-plant some towers, first build site that we need to go to, and we would have had at least that much more defense, potentially.
Sigeno talas. Stoma.
Okay, so we have at least until he gets recharged. Pop another hurricane, send it across, throw our ship along with it, and that should give it pretty good wide defense against the few ships out there. Kind of
Death to the heathens! Burn 'em out.
Stoma. Carlos.
Jasno. Inha. Jasno.
Pote. Carlos.
Jasno. Inha. Jasno. Inha.
Sigeno Dalas. Sunte. Stoma.
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 Burn 'em out. Death to the heathens!
since we have to worry about horsemen. Go with spear.
Dauda. Dalas.
It's an iron.
Nai.
That's more than enough for upgrades. I think the horseman count is shot. I'm sure.
Sigeno.
Just harvest what we got there. That'll give us hopefully enough resources for everything we need. Oh, there's the-
Talas. Stoma.
Sunte. Stoma. Dalas. Sunte. Kalos.
Talas.
Sunte. Stoma.
Talas. Stoma.
Kalos. Nai. Pause. Talas.
Pote, Kalos. Stoma,
Alright, should be just about enough of time. Biggest thing is we are going to make sure we have just enough spearmen to take out everything.
Uman. Sigeno.
Talas,
Kalos. Uman. Talas. Nai. Talas. Stoma.
Now we'll put you guys in stone.
Sunte. Kalos. Stoma.
Stoma,
Harvesting some foods, we have something to work with over there. Kind of forgot how easy it is just to destroy the city.
Talas. Uman. Sigeno.
Pote,
Kalos. Talas. Stoma. Nai. Talas. Uman. Sigeno. Sunte. Kalos. Sigeno. Uman. Talas. Sigeno. Uman. Talas. Uman. Sigeno. Nai. Talas. Uman. Nai.
Oh, he counts as 5.
Talas,
Talas. Stoma. Sunte. Kalos. Stoma. Talas. Kalos. Nai. Sigeno. Talas. Kalos. Sunte. Sigeno. Talas. Uman.
At last, we have reached the land called Thessaly,
Nai.
but we dare not settle just anywhere. Let us search for a high plateau where we can safely build our new village. I will know the right location when I see it.
My lord Heracles, strange warriors from the north have set upon us, and they ride horses, a most fearsome sight to behold. We must defend ourselves.
We're under attack.
Kalos.
Kalos,
Now,
Pause.
that is...
Nai. Talas. Stoma. Sunai.
This shall be the site of our new village. We must build a settlement and a barracks on this high plateau, as we learned from the people of Troas. A plateau is more easily defended against
To
enemies.
the heathens.
Talas,
Stoma.
Stoma,
Stoma. Down. The gods are pleased with us. They have made known to me, in a vision, that we must build a temple where we can worship. We shall construct this temple on our new Acropolis, in addition to things Heracles wishes us to do.
Stoma.
Stoma. Nai. Dauda.
Actually, where is it?
My lord. Dalas. Stoma. Dalas.
Will not let us.
Nai. Human. Dauda. Nai. Sigenul. Dauda.
Pote.
That's all it is.
The future of our new village is secure. Let us claim this land and call it our own.
You know what would have been kind of funny? Like, if I would have known that there was nothing else like scripted or anything like that, I could have just maybe killed the few that are on patrol and then rush them down. But also can't garrison the settlement, which is a bit sad. I don't think there's anything else. Okay, so there's more goats here. More goats up here. That is a bit of the ways out of the way. Come on. Killed 55 units, destroyed 12, lost 19 now. Although, to be fair, I think it also counts units that you delete, which would make sense. So that was at least 3. No. Like 7 or 8. Because I got rid of the stone throwers, because they're not very useful against the horses. They are pretty helpful against regular clubmen. So how are we looking? About an hour and 3. I think this is another one that requires ships. We only have like 5 points to play around with though. I remember this one. I don't know.
While the people of Thessaly prospered, Another warrior race was fleeing towards the coast of Crete. King Pelops and his 3 sons sailed northwards in their swift galleys. Having been driven from Egypt, they hoped to find a land more ripe for conquest, somewhere across the Mediterranean. The first island they had encountered was Crete, but it was already under the control of the advanced Minoans. They were forced to flee again, and the Minoan fleet had not yet given up their pursuit. Pelops and his sons now needed to locate a haven somewhere in Crete where they could remain undetected long enough to regain their strength. Then they would be ready to press further north and continue their search for a new home. The prosperous people of Thessaly are about to have company.
Okay. Construct a dock and the ships you will need for your journey north. You would be wise to bring warriors with you as well. Pelops and at least one of his sons must survive. All of the story of the first Hellenic peoples has been revealed to us through their archaeological remains. The second significant wave of immigrants to ancient Greece to recount primarily through legend and myth. Both Greek and Egyptian legends tell of an epic struggle between the brothers Aegyptus and Daunus, which resulted in Daunus being expelled from the Nile kingdom. Certain historical facts correlate this myth with the chariot-riding Hyksos people who did indeed invade Egypt in the 18th century, only to be driven into the sea. The ancient Greeks themselves told of mythical Danaans who came from the sea with chariots. One of these was the great king Pelops, who, according to legend, was given southern Greece by the gods to make amends for crimes committed against him by his father. And so the southern portion of Greece became known as Peloponnesian, or Pelops Island. Later Greek aristocracy traced their descent from the original king, whose 3 sons reputedly founded some of the greatest cities of ancient times. 2 of those sons, Atreus and Deistius, remained in Peloponnesia and fought over the throne of Argos. Atreus was the victor in the struggle, and from him descended Agamemnon and Menelaus, or Menelaus, king of Argos and Sparta. The third of Pelops' son, Pythes, left Peloponnesia to found the city of Athens. The great Athenian king Theseus was his descendant. It is impossible to separate myth from reality, given the intertwined accounts of history and legend. In times past, scholars tended to dismiss all Greek legends as pure fancy, but scientific confirmation of much that is reported in the stories of Homer has made us more vigilant since then. The myths of the Greeks have proven to contain information about their history that is more reliable than we first suspected. You can make the journey to Argos by sea, however, this will put you in danger from patrolling Minoan warships. Alternatively, you can ship your troops across to the nearest areas of Greece and proceed to Argos over land, but you will then be in danger of the intervening native peoples. In either case, be prepared to land forces on the Greek mainland as soon as you can. The Minoans will not allow you to linger for long on the island of Crete. Minoan fleet can pose quite a challenge if you face them only with war rafts. Either advance to the Copper Age and produce sturdier ships, or create a prophet and allow him to deal with the menace. Prophets can also help you deal with land-based enemies, but their long power recharge rates means they are more effective in groups of a few. Once you arrive on the mainland, you will want to head to Argos as soon as you can. If you didn't land there initially, most of the best resource sites are there. Alright. I would not be surprised I'll end up having to retry this at least a couple of times until we can figure out precisely where we need to go. Looks like I want to go for Argos almost as soon as I can. The Minoans are going to be a menace just across everything. And then I gotta have forces to actually land and do stuff with, along with enough citizens to you know, actually garrison.
This had forced King and his sons to flee from Egypt. But here in the waters of the eastern Mediterranean, things were no better. Hunted by the Minoan fleet, the hardy Danaans now looked only for a safe haven where they could rebuild their strength.
My sons and my retainers, let us rejoice that we have found a safe haven, however temporary. We'll build up our forces here. When we have transports and warships, our journey north can continue.
Then everything died.
Sunte, Kalos. Stoma, Tala, Kalos.
Okay, now have 20. I'm not going to do anything with it yet.
Sunte.
We can actually build towers. I don't know what it is down there.
Tala, Stoma.
Yes, Master. For the king.
We have begun well, my people. While you continue to work, I will sift through the ancient stories of the land to the north called Hellas.
Yes, Master. Okay, my lord.
When I have gathered enough information,
Yes, my lord. Yes,
I
Master.
will
Yes,
share
my lord.
with you my
Yes, Master.
plans
Okay,
for
my
our
lord. We are
future.
under attack.
Trust in me, and we shall achieve our glorious destiny.
For the king.
Those guards were clearly placed here to keep an eye on the gold. We must stay alert. The Minoans will surely have more patrols about.
Yes, Master. Okay, my lord.
Talas, Carlos. Stoma.
Yes, Master. Okay, my lord. For the king. Okay, my lord. Yes, Master. Outstanding. For the king. Yes, Master.
Because he doesn't count as a hero. Or maybe his base is not a strategist.
Yes, Master.
But I could have swore it doesn't matter.
Okay, my
Strategists and warriors are supposed to have. Iron, but there's no iron.
Yes, my lord. Okay, my lord. Yes, me lord. Okay, my lord.
Greater business. He has to survive.
Yes, master. Okay, my lord. Yes, master. Yes, master. Okay, my lord.
Sure. He also does
Okay, my
proximity
lord.
damage. Not a whole lot, but it's kind of funny.
Outstanding.
Kalos. Stoma.
Yeah, we're just over.
Kalos.
Can't build towers currently. It's not even iron on here to like build up melody inside of it. It's sad actually. Goodness is, does not use up our food resource.
Talas. Kalos. Sunte.
I have no idea how long we'll have.
Limo. Look alert! A Minoan patrol has been sighted.
Okay, my lord.
Igar. Esto.
Yes, master. Okay, my lord. Okay, my lord.
Igar. Human. Limo. Esto. Limo. Esto.
Talas. Stoma.
That here's pretty close. You can kind of go for that here.
Igar. Esto.
Pote. Talas.
Kalos. Limo. Esto.
I feel like we just go with the archers. I don't have a whole lot of
Human.
what's the only other thing we
Limo.
got?
Talas.
Stone throwers, I guess. They'll take food and wood. Whereas wood is far more plentiful right now.
esto.
Pote,
Talas. Sunte.
Talas,
Sunte. Talas. Sunte. Talas.
Kalos,
Kalos. Klimo. Esto. Digar. Klimo. Klimo.
Yes, my lord. For the king.
Klimo. Digar. Klimo. Human.
I kind of don't like the idea of having to build battleships. Must be how little iron we have once we upgrade. If we can upgrade. Oh. Fuck that. Oh, I managed to mess that one up. Built a scout. Poor Doggo can't even attack. Can't even defend itself.
Yes, master. Okay, my lord. We're under attack. Yes, my lord. Yes, master.
Human.
Yes, my lord. Okay, my
Okay, well, we've been mostly.
Pote, Stoma, Kalos,
Talas. Kalos.
Pote, Talas, Talas,
Kind of afraid to speed this one up just because it seems like we have a time limit before things get a little bad. Just in case. Just in case. At least we don't have to get all the way to this point.
Pote, Kalos, Talas, Stoma,
Talas. Sunte. Stoma. Kalos.
Oh, that sucks a little bit. Probably also go for a profit, but I also have no idea if I build a dock, if that's like a trigger or something, or...
Limo. Esto. Talas. Kalos. Stoma. Limo. Limo. Tala. Kalos.
Let's get started. I'm not gonna finish it.
Sunte. Stoma. Talas. Kalos. Sunte.
Under attack!
Talas.
We are under attack! Yes, master.
Human.
Yes, master.
Digar. Esto. Talas. Kalos.
Go finish that now.
Sunte.
Kalos. Stoma. Kalos.
Yes, master.
Human. Esto. Human. Digar.
People of Danus, hear my words.
Stoma.
The men who dwell in the land to the north build their villages on high plateaus. It is said that one of these plateaus, known as Argos, is still uninhabited. Let us go to Argos, and upon it we shall build a citadel like none seen before.
Yes, master.
Digar. Esto. Sunte. Kalos. Sunte.
Talas. Kalos. Talas.
Sunte. Human. Digar. Esto.
Pote. Stoma.
Yes, master.
Esto. Digar.
Classified bomb. How much the profits cost involved. Crowds are in about 3 minutes. Hopefully there's something to yeah, these things are basically infinite. They are technically finite, but the numbers are so high. They're probably not running out anytime soon.
We're under attack.
Stoma.
Not under threat yet.
Okay, my lord. Outstanding. Okay, my lord. Yes, my lord. Okay, my lord.
Imoiga esto. Sunte. Imoiga tigar. Sunte.
Which one just holds? I would technically need like 5.
Imoiga.
Which I was doing half. Take
Kilosta.
10,
Limo. Dauta.
this guy's cost 34. Not terrible.
Imoi esto. Limo. Vos. Stoma. Limo. Vos.
Upgrade for the tower.
Imoiga esto. Imoiga tigar. Sunte. Esto. Imoiga tigar. Sunte. Esto. Imoiga tigar. Sunte. Esto. Imoiga tigar. Imoiga esto. Sunte tigar. Yes, Master. Stoma. Sigeno. Tao Stoma.
We're under attack!
Tao. Halt.
We're under attack!
Yes, Master.
Talas.
Sunda. Yes, my lord. Stoma.
For the king!
Okay, you know what? This could go one of several ways. We might find.
Yes, my lord. Stoma. Sigeno. Esto.
Talas.
Kalos. Esto. Sunti.
Stoma.
Esto. Yes, Master. Digar. Esto. Digar. Talas. Esto. Kalos. Imoy. Esto. Sunte. Digar. Taunta. Stoma. Imoiga. Imoiga. Klimo. Halt. Stoma. Imoiga.
We're under attack!
Sunte. Esto. Digar. Esto. Tauta. Sunte. Imoiga. Sunte.
We're under
Esto. Digar. Stoma. Sunte. Digar. Esto. Imoy. Digar. Imoy. Imoy. Esto. Digar. Esto. Digar. Esto. Digar.
At last, we've landed. To ensure lasting safety for our people, we'll need to instill fear in the hearts of the local tribes. Destroying the town centers of our rivals will serve to keep them in line.
Yes, Master.
This land is rich with wild horses. I shall call it horse pasturing Argos. But we must beware. The Achaeans to the west covet these fine animals, and will not hesitate to fight us for them. We are discovered! A huge Minoan army advances from the south. We must flee this island.
Yes, Master.
Good news is, I already flew.
Stoma.
Talas.
Kalos.
I already fled.
Argos, at last. To establish our new city, we must construct a capital on this plateau. Only then can we become the true masters of this land.
Carlos.
Ah, we have stumbled upon the Messenians, primitive inhabitants of Hellas, about whom I have read.
Talas.
Stoma. Kalos. Stoma.
Pote.
Kalos. Sunte.
We are under attack. Yes, my lord.
Stoma.
Yes, Master.
Sigeno.
The citadel at Argos is complete. The power of our people can now grow and extend across the entire land.
Talas. Stoma.
Pote.
Kalos. Talas. Stoma. Sunte. Kalos.
Talas. Carlos.
Sunte. Kalos.
We are under attack.
Sunte. Stoma. Ega.
Yes, we go.
Yes, my lord.
Stoma. Sunte.
Nazi stone.
Yes, my lord.
Sigeno.
They just haven't taken any first yet.
Sunte.
We are under attack.
Stoma.
Yes, Master.
Stoma. Sigeno.
Yes, my lord. Okay, my lord. For the king.
Dauta. Dauta. Stoma. Talas. Kalos. Stoma. Sunte. Kalos. Talas. Talas. Stoma.
We are under attack. For the king.
Dauta.
We are under attack.
Stoma.
We are under
fierce warrior horsemen are the Achaeans. Some say they originated in Anatolia and learned to ride horses in Thessaly. Will fight to the death to gain control of the wild herds here in Hellas.
Yes, my lord. For the king.
Seemed to be fine for a moment. Destroy 2 of the 3 enemy town features. Destroy capital on Argos. They now have 25 points. And nothing really to use it on. Not really.
Dauta. Stoma. Dauta. Nine. Dauta. Nine.
Pop out some Spearmen, pop out some Samsons. I could probably destroy that first one and then move on to others, probably. Might actually pump out a scout like that. There's always a chance.
We're under attack.
Nine.
For a moment there, I was actually afraid that it was something important. Just shit. And I don't know why the audio's all crunchy now. It wasn't going to be testing, but
Dauta. Halt.
there's also one other thing I did learn, and that is you can garrison this granary. It takes 8, but once you do, instead of producing 15 food per whatever the rate is, it's 19.
Halt. Dauta. Sigeno.
We're under attack.
Halt. Sigeno.
Yes, master. Okay, my lord. Okay, my lord.
Gold and
Dauta.
That's not.
Kalos. Stoma. Stoma. Nauta. Nauta. Sigeno. Duarte. Imoiga.
We're under attack!
I figured there was something.
Dauta. Sigeno.
What story? Probably because I can build hospitals and stuff too, that will help. We might even be able to get a pop cap, I can't remember what topic gives it to us. And I'm not getting the tech until I see it. Probably because I have to pump out, or not
Kalos.
pump out,
Stoma.
but pull off some citizens to go market.
Sigeno. Dalas.
Pote, Talas.
And now,
Dauate. Dauta.
Good work. This village is no longer a threat to the people of Danos.
We're under attack!
kill one of the Samsons. Yeah, there's two.
Dalas. Kalos. Stoma.
We're under attack!
Kalos. Dauta.
Alright, there's some stuff.
We're under attack! Under attack!
Honestly, Brett's probably gonna be... Probably wouldn't be that hard to kill. I'm specifically gonna target the horse people.
Kalos. Dauta. Kalos. Sigeno. Nine. Halt.
We're under attack!
doggo, run! They're low on health. They actually have a temple. Do these guys have a temple? Technically, no, as far as I can tell.
Nej. Zigeunern.
We're under attack!
Mountains and hills actually showcased. This is the way line of sight is.
Balls.
We're under attack!
Dauda. Sloma. Duode.
We're under attack! We're under attack!
Nej. Zigeunern. Dauda. Sloma. Nej. Zigeunern.
Very well.
Talas.
We're under attack!
Talas. Pote. Talas.
Sloma. Nej. Zigeunern. Nej. Dauda. Imoige. Nej. Zigeunern.
Slowly but surely.
Pote. Talas.
Go to the hospital just because I'm kind of curious. I can't remember if we get a pop-up attack with a hospital or not.
Pote.
For sure by now we got building upgrade and maybe line of sight. Oh, okay.
Good work. This village is no longer a threat to the people of Danus.
The Danaians prosper. The first great age of Greeks has begun.
Kalos. Sloma.
I could probably have taken that. We probably would have lost a couple of sons though. But I think I could have taken that. Okay, so they didn't have a whole lot of ships, just enough. That's a new someone call that. as long as you have like 3 warships, you can easily kind of get over here through. Then volcano pops up there. I guess that's about it. I mean, it'd be annoying, but you could probably beat this. You'd only be able to use like archers and stuff because of gold, just wood and gold, basically. Once you age up, you can probably just start farming for a bit. Oh, well, you could land here. You know, put anything of stone there. I like how, like, for everything that's like in the back line, quote unquote, no stone. Kind of funny is how far you can get into aging up without actually needing any military buildings if you really wanted to, depending on the settlement. So you literally just build settlement and then garrison. You know, upgrade it. Okay. 2 missions down. Each one's been about an hour. The last one probably would have taken significantly longer if I didn't speed it up. Killed 84, we raised only 9 buildings. Lost 9, that's kind of forced through. 16 lost, we lost 50 total. Makes sense, we did lose our main archers. We killed off the transport sets 5. And I didn't delete, but I did send them off to their doom with the 2 battleships. And then I go into the Trojan War. Actually, you know what? I think I got it. I think I got as far as here. 2 of 8. Just because I'm curious. Okay, so it does not tell you how many other missions there are until after we beat the first one. This one's gonna get weird and wild because I kind of suck trying to keep track of all this stuff by the time to now, if I'm being honest. This one might not be nearly as bad. I mean, German, it could probably get bad because if it's strictly World War I, right? So there's probably not a whole lot of leveling up, or not leveling up. Aging up, and we're just in the World War I. The biggest issues is probably going to be partisans and snipers, and it really comes down to you know, again, everything kind of comes back to econ. But we could use tanks to go and find the snipers and then counter snipe, and so on and so forth. It's either that or rely on other snipers, or potentially the hero to take out the snipes. Alright, looking. 12:30. No. Well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it short here, because there is a pretty important item I have to go take care of, and that should be just about ready now for me to go get it done. Unfortunately, it's just one of those things that kind of popped up. But I knew I'd at least have a couple of hours before then, so. Go ahead and call it there. I don't know. We might come back to this because Empire Earth, it's interesting. I just kind of wish that the skirmish was a bit more fair, and you can kind of do that, but you have to set up a custom scenario. And there's also a couple other things that you have to do, like turn on Wonder Victory and stuff like that and make sure they can actually be eliminated. So I've tried that once before. Got all the way up to the Nano Age. Pretty much eliminated everything. Had line of sight on almost everything. And the only thing, as far as I could tell, that was still standing was the walls. The only thing that could possibly have still been going on is if they have like some snipers or partisans just going about. Some of them obviously didn't, but they were still in, which is what I found weird. Because I'm pretty sure that their buildings and stuff are supposed to be grayed out, and you're supposed to get like a little message that says computer defeated, and I didn't. So I'm gonna have to probably play around a bit more on stuff like that. And who knows? Once I learn, because this game has a few weird quirks about it. Once I figure out some more stuff like that, I could probably come up with a reasonable challenge. Possibly. I don't know if I go to do 1v7 because that kind of is contingent on me knowing what the actual victory conditions are and whether or not they will actually count if I go for particular strategies and stuff. In the sense that the game will recognize, oh yeah, you actually were victorious, and, you know, game's done. Game's done. Won the game. Won the skirm. So. Because I'm not gonna lie, I have one, and it's kinda disgusting, but I think it would work for 1v7. If I would need a lot more practice and figure out some stuff for certain, but I just named it Defender because it's basically all we're doing. Speed, gold mine, iron mine, stone mine. Food would also have helped, but for backup, infantry ranged, and then we get the aircraft bombers, area damage, attack, flight time, speed. I could probably take off attack. Because honestly, the only thing I kind of run with this is the nuke bombers. And it seems to only be a few buildings that they can't seem to destroy on the first hit. So it's not... probably not as important. But look at all these things you can choose from for your Civ. So many abilities you can put on. And it only gets more broken in the expansion. Uh, conversion towers. Honestly. You won't be able to build anything, but you'll control, like, everything on the map. Just conversion towers. You just need enough workers and just keep building conversion towers and regular towers. Regular towers destroy what can't be converted in other buildings and specifically other towers. Conversion towers for everything else. Except for aircraft. You might need some anti-air guns for that. But, you know, worst comes to worst, maybe I quit out of this and we just do a really stupid skirm of convert everything. All your base belong to us. Because the conversion towers, once you get the tech, I think you have to wait until you have the tech. But once you have the tech, you can convert nearly any building. You can't do towers, you can't do, I'm assuming, the town centers and the capitals. But you can convert settlements. Convert the production buildings, convert the airports. You can't convert the air units, but you can convert the airports. And honestly, I don't think you get to keep the aircraft. I think they just get destroyed, but you have the building. So that's one way to get rid of the air threat. But anyway, I gotta get going. Go take care of this quick task. Could go quickly, could take a while. By a while, I mean like it could take like an hour or so. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. I'll be back next week. Alright? Yeah, it's only the 19th. So I'll be back next week. Fallout New Vegas. We're in Zion Canyon. Gonna finish out the actual quest line this time. What's up on the YouTube VOD right now is the what if scenario that we kind of went through because I accidentally killed a vital NPC to do any of the questing. And in my defense, there was an enemy with a gun that was firing, and I don't know if I from a miss shot because I was using the assault carbine and hit him, but he was aggro too. And so now I have to actually be careful to not hit the sorrows or the dead horses, because we're friends now. It just took a second go around, which I normally don't do, but since I haven't actually done... I don't think I've completed any of the DLCs, really. I know I've started some, but I don't think I've ever actually finished them. So I will... Especially if I botch, oh yeah, you didn't get to see any of the DLC story. If I do something like that, like I did with this one, I will probably restart that entire run, but I will keep count of all the deaths and keep it legitimate that way. But otherwise, if it wasn't for that, I would probably just continue on, as it were. And honestly, it'd probably be a lot funnier, but I don't know. I just want to experience it. You know, if I can. Anyway, stay healthy, stay frosty, and until next time, see you.